And the CLS55 AMG actually costs me What's going on, guys? Welcome back. It feels like it's been a while since I uploaded, but I only uploaded last week. So today's video, I just want to make it clear to you guys, this video is not flexing, it's not any of that stuff. I'm not that type of person. So as you can see from the title, it is called owning a, well, what's it like owning a CLS55 AMG at the age of 23. But like I said, this is not a flex, this is not something I do. So let's get straight to it. As you guys know, I've owned this CLS55 AMG for I think a little bit, 3 months now, maybe. Yes, yeah, about 3 months. Probably the best car I have ever owned in my entire life. No word of a lie. I have actually said it. And to be honest with you, if I had the choice between the S3 and the CLS55, honestly, I would choose the CLS all day long. And the reason why I would choose the CLS is because the S3 just can't do this. As you can tell, it is extremely tail happy, but not only that, this thing is a monster. And when I mean this thing is a monster, this thing is a monster. So I want to get straight to it. So for the people, I'm probably wondering what the hell is this video about. So I want to talk about two things. So cost. So I'm going to talk about obviously cost for fuel, and the main thing, insurance, which a lot of people have asked me. And yeah, just basic maintenance, which I don't think I really need to go into because I think some of you guys know what maintenance this is like. So let's get to the first thing, cost. So insurance, let's start with insurance first. So this is a question that has been asked 500 billion times. And it's just a question I've avoided many reasons, because I don't like to put out my personal, you know, like in terms of money wise on the internet. That's not something I do. But it's been asked so many times and I've had to tell you guys. So one thing I will tell you, it's cheaper than my S3 insurance.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Which
is, to be honest with you, not a surprise in any way to me actually. And that's something I'll go over now. So as you guys know, this is a 2005 CLS55 AMG. This CLS in particular doesn't have one spec. And if it did have this particular spec, this car would have been stolen by now. So it's the keyless go, which not a lot of CLS owners have. I mean, it is a very good spec to have. But remember, from an old car is old technology, meaning it can be easily nicked. And this is a car that people, if they knew what it really is, because this is a sheep. This is this is just a monster in sheep's fur. And as you can hear from that. So the cost wise for insurance, it costs less than my S3. So I'll tell you that the cost for my insurance, my S3. So my S3 cost me, I believe it was £980 a year, which is still quite a lot. But remember, I was only 22. Actually, I was 21 when I had the S3. The insurance was a bomb then, but obviously due to more no claim bonus, kind of helped me, and it roughed it all the way down towards 900. Yeah, it was £950. And the CLS55 AMG actually costs me £800 a year for insurance, fully comp, fully everything, which is like I said, guys, it's not a shock to me in any way. And the reason being is because I think a lot of insurance companies now, yeah, they look at the engine, they consider the car and all that good stuff, but they mainly look at one thing, which is this car gonna get nicked? And I will tell you, S3s, Golf Rs, Cupras, M140, all the hot hatch cars, they get nicked on a daily. That's just a fact. I'm sorry, but it is a fact. I will be getting some security for this car really soon. It's actually on its way. So that should be good for me. It always got to be safe than sorry, right? So yeah, so that's answer to your question. A lot of people have asked me that, and like a lot of people have asked me that, well, how much are you paying for insurance? Because being 23 years old and owning a 55 AMG is quite a big thing for me. For not a lot of people it might not be, but for me, I mean, doing this you know, so going back to it, so like I said, it might not be a lot for some people, but for some other people it might be something they might be looking for. So people like myself who actually take genuine proper interest and actually know this shit about cars might actually want an upgrade. I don't know, they might not, they might like older cars. So I'll talk about that. So this video is mainly for the people that kind of own, let's say, average cars, or are looking for an upgrade and looking at an AMG, an old AMG. So for the people that are actually buying an old AMG, they know exactly what they're getting in for. They're getting in for performance and quality, and of course luxury, which is what Mercedes did really, really well during this generation. I mean, now luxury, yeah, it's not as great as it used to be, but obviously Mercedes haven't really got with the times. But don't take my word on it. There are some Mercedes out there that are ridiculously luxurious, which, you know, it's Mercedes, so you can't go wrong. So insurance isn't that bad. It's not that bad at all. I mean, I was quite surprised actually. I was expecting at least £1,000. I will be honest with you, I was expecting at least £1,000. So that's kind of out the way. I want to talk about fuel costs. Of course, fuel costs is another question that a lot of people ask me. Everybody asks me, oh, it must be so juicy. It's not as juicy as you think. If you do the maths properly, if it's a big engine, it's using less revs, meaning it's less fuel. A lot of people don't consider that. Only people think it's because it's a big engine, it's juicy to death. It's not that juicy if you think about it. Obviously, as I work from home quite a bit, it works out better for me, you know, and that's what it's all about. I mean, people who say, oh, it's juicy, this and that, I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, the whole point of a car like this is to enjoy. And I will say honestly, this is the best car I have ever owned, honestly. And I've owned a lot of cars, and this car is the best car. I mean, it's what an AMG should be about. And I will tell you, so I work roughly three times a week from home. So on an average, I'll be spending I think about 60 quid a week on fuel. If you think about it, right? If you think about it realistically, 60 quid on fuel for a week, 70 max I'd pay a week, which is not that bad. I mean, it was kind of the same with the S3, because obviously the S3 was still quite economical for what it was. The fact that it did throw a lot of flames, but that's not the point. This car is still quite economical, because you look at it, this is a 2005 car, guys. It's not this is an old car, and an old V8 is supposed to be proper power. People don't think about fuel. Fuel for me, it doesn't bother me. It really, really doesn't. But I want to let you guys know, because some people might actually want to buy something like this, but will also consider how much will it cost to run and all that good stuff. So a week I spent every day going to work, Monday to Friday. I think I spent about £85. Actually, no, that's a lie. I spent 70. Yeah, I spent £70 for the week on fuel, which is, like I said, it's not that bad. This CLS55 AMG is averaging 25 miles per gallon, 26 at a push if I've got a light foot, which I do, because I learned having a light foot because of the S3 was extortionately loud, so I had to maintain the noise on that. Me being me, I'm gonna have to full send it as per usual. So let this car go, and we're gonna full send it. What the that's a AMG. Right, now that's out of the way. Now I'm going to talk about, of course, like I said, common issues. There's not many common issues on this car, except obviously overheating, which is another matter I will not get into. I mean, and the reason why it does overheat is because the supercharger is disgustingly hot. And that, my recommendation is getting some nice cooling mods on there, and that kind of cuts out the issue of that. Whoa, bird, you got a death wish. So any issues that this car may have, it's not because of design flaw, it's because of age. A lot of the stuff and a lot of people I've spoken to with these cars have all said the same thing. There's not many common issues. The only common issue I would look out for is suspension. So the issue I actually had not long ago, that was because of age. It's a 2005 car. Things rust, metal rusts, and obviously that causes problems in the long term. So and that's what makes me smile the most, the fact that this doesn't have a stupid design flaw which causes issues and makes you want to spend thousands of pounds on alternatives. It's not worth it. One thing I love about this car is the fact that anything on this car that goes wrong, it's all because of one thing. It's age. And I love that. I absolutely love it, because you know exactly what to expect. I think these newer cars, don't get me wrong, I love some certain newer cars, some I don't, some are absolute trash, but some are really good, but they do have technical issues, which is very true, and every person who watches will agree with me. It is very true. So in terms of reliability, massive thumbs up for me. I could not go, you can't go wrong with this car, you really can't. There's certain silly things that do need doing to this car, but that's not major. I'm actually getting everything done. I mean, everything's pretty much done on the CLS now. So a little heads up for you guys. So next month will be the first month that I will be installing my first modification. Obviously it will be with cooling, because I'm a little bit obsessed when it comes to cooling and all that good stuff. So that should be interesting. But one last thing, so ownership. As a 23-year-old owning a 5.4 litre V8 supercharged monster, is, like I said guys, I'm not flexing at all, so please don't get me wrong. For the people that think I am flexing, it doesn't matter. I mean, you're still watching me, so it doesn't matter. So as an overall car, guys, I will say honestly, out of 10, if I could rate a good solid 11 out of 10, this is the best car I have ever owned in my entire life. You get the experience of luxury, you get the experience of what a Mercedes is supposed to be about. There's a lot of cars out there that have lost that touch. For example, there's certain BMWs that have lost that touch. I'm not naming any, but it has lost the touch. This generation of AMG, that touch is still there, which is so good. I mean, you get the experience of luxury, performance, noise. You get everything in a package at such a good price. I mean, cars like this, I'm sorry, but it's just a fact. The E55 AMG and the CLS55 AMG, I mean, there's different ranges of engines like the SL55, but those two in particular will 100% go down in history. And to finish the vlog off, I'm gonna do a cheeky little right guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please feel free to smash the subscribe button. I just want to make this video because, like I said, it's not flexing. I thought it'd be a nice video to make for you guys, to kind of give you an idea if you're looking to buying a CLS. I hope this kind of gives you an idea of what kind of costs. I mean, insurance wise, it'll be different for everybody. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Of course, stay tuned for more. Like I said, next month will be the first month I'll be installing my first modification, so it should be exciting.